Okay. My pranams to, can you spotlight? Guys, can you spot? My pranams to all Atma Jyotis, divine light of self. I welcome all of you for today's session of Mandukya Karika. Let us offer our respects to Guru Parampara, Sadashiva Samarambam, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryantam, Vande Guru Paramparam, Shruti Smriti Purananam, Alayam, Karunalayam, Namami, Bhagavat Padam, Shankaram, Lokashankaram, Akhanda Mandalakaram, Vyaptam, Yena Characharam, Tat Badam, Darshitam Yena, Tasmai, Shri Gurave Namaha, Harihi Om, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Harihi Om. Today, we'll take up the shloka number 30 to 34 of Mandukya Karika. Just to recollect, we are in the chapter 2 of Mandukya Karika. Chapter 2 is about Vaitatya Prakarana. Vaitatya Prakarana. Vaitatya means mithya, unreality. Unreality of the world, Jagat Mithyatva, is being described in the Vaitatya Prakarana. For understanding Mithyatva, we took dream as an example. Why dream is unreal? What are the characteristics of the dream? In the dream, we experience something. While you're experiencing, the dream is real. Dream tiger is real. But when we wake up, the tiger is not there. So experientially real, but factually unreal is the nature of dream. Experientially real, but factually unreal. Another example is blueness of the sky. Experientially real, but factually unreal. So what is experientially real, but factually unreal is called mithya. So mithya doesn't mean it's useless. Within that domain, mithya is very useful. So if I drink a cup of coffee in dream, the coffee tastes well, tastes good. If you eat feed, the hunger is satisfied. It's useful. Right? But within that domain, mithya doesn't mean, mithya means experientially real, factually unreal, and useful. There's a utility within that domain. But out of the domain, when you wake up, nothing in the dream is available to you. So then the same analogy was given to waking state. Waking state is also like a dream state. We don't understand waking state is dream state until we wake up from the waking state. Dream is cannot be understood as dream as long as you're dreaming. Only when you wake up from the dream, you'll understand. Similarly, waking state cannot be understood as mithya unless you wake up from the waking state. The waking state and dream state have commonality. Very important commonality is waking state is temporary. Every experience in the waking state is temporary. The waking state appears and disappears. When you're from deep sleep, when you come to waking state appears. Again, when you go to deep sleep, waking state disappears. When you go to dream, waking state disappears. What is appearing temporarily is called mithya. It has no substance. Whereas Atma alone is satya. Waking and dreaming both are mithya, unreal. This is what we understood in the earlier classes. In Mithya, what is unreal, we see the duality. In dream state, we see dream state, I am walking, a tiger chases. I am there, tiger is there. I start running. There's a mountain there. I am separate from the mountain. Duality is experienced in dream state. Duality is experienced in the waking state also. I am separate from you. I am separate from the world. That experience of duality is there in the waking state and dream state. But dream state is mithya. That's why duality is also mithya, unreal. It is very important to understand duality is unreal because it's the duality which causes the stress. I'm separate from you. I'm separate from the world. That causes stress and fear in us. The duality is mithya because waking state itself is mithya. Dream state is mithya. Duality is also mithya, unreal. Then what is Satya? Turiya Atma alone is Satya. Turiya Atma alone is Satya, unreal, real. Turiya Atma is eternal, unreal. Everything else is unreal, appears and disappears. What are we saying? Duality is mithya and Atma, Turiyatma alone is Satyam. Advaitam alone is Satyam. Dvaita is mithya, Advaita is Satya. Non-duality is reality. Now what happens in duality? We see a separation. How do you see separation? We see separation in time, separation in space. I am separate from you. In space, I am separation in time. Okay, yesterday I was somewhere, now I am here. So separation in time, separation in space, separation in the cause and effect. So something caused and something effect is there. Okay, a glass fell and broke. There's a cause and effect relationship. All are experience of separation. So there is a separation in terms of form, in terms of name, in terms of time, in terms of space, in terms of causality, in terms of attributes also, characteristic also. I look different from you, you look different from her. So these are all signs of duality. Now, waking state is mithya, dream state is mithya. In the waking state, dream state, Dvaitam appears, Dvaitam is mithya. Dvaita means appearance of duality. Time, space, causality, and attribute wise separation. So that's also mithya. The Advaita Atma or Turiya Atma alone is Satya, Advaitam. We have a challenge here. What is Dvaita? We can experience Dvaita, but when you try to explain, there's no Dvaita. Duality. When we can experience duality all the time, but the moment you try to explain it, it's not there. How? So this is, let's say you take a glass. It's a porcelain glass. Okay. So now, are there two things called glass and porcelain? There are, because in glass I can have water. In porcelain I cannot have water. Glass I can have water and drink water. But porcelain itself I cannot do. A mud pot and mud. In mud pot I can drink water, but mud cannot hold water. So is there a difference? There's definitely a difference in the attribute, in the function. But is there a reality difference? Give me some pot without mud. I want a pot, but I don't want mud. I want a glass, but no porcelain. Is it possible? So you cannot separate out two. There appears to be mud is separate from pot. Appears to be true. But mud cannot be separate from pot. Pot and pot cannot be separate from mud. So are there two or one? One. To say one, I cannot say one because there's a difference already. I cannot say two because there's no, pot cannot exist one with one. You cannot say one or you cannot say two. So, Dvaitam can be experienced, duality can be experienced, but the moment you try to explain, it's not there. The same thing happens with respect to necklace. Necklace is there and gold is there. Necklace and gold have different property. Necklace you can wear it on neck, gold you cannot wear. Gold you can keep in the cupboard, locker. So are there two things called gold and necklace? Definitely necklace appears to be different from gold. No women wear the gold. They wear the necklace. Necklace you can wear. Gold you cannot wear. Gold you have to keep it in the cupboard. Is there a difference? Difference is there. But go and ask the shopkeeper, give me a necklace, but no gold. He cannot give because gold necklace is dependent on the gold. If there's no gold, there's no necklace. So are there two or one? If you want to say it's one, there's a problem because they have different characteristics. If you want to say two, there's a problem because the necklace cannot exist without gold. So, Dvaitam can be experienced, but explanation is not possible. Got it. Understand? So, this is a challenge. Experience is possible, but expression is impossible for Dvaitam. So, this being the case, it applies everywhere. Atma and Anatma, the self and the non-self, are they one or two? Self and non-self, are they one or two? Dvaita or Advaita? If we say they are one, it is not possible. Anatma has a different characteristic from Atma. If they say two, Anatma cannot exist without Atma. We cannot say Atma and Anatma are two or one. Not able to explain difference. Anatma to Anatma, also like that. Gold and necklace, you cannot say it's two or one. You can experience it, but you cannot explain it. Advaitam and Dvaitam is experienced but not explained. Explanation part more. That is called anirvachaniyam. You cannot explain it at all. The moment you try to explain, there is a failure. So because of this, with our words also we are confused. So you say, this is my body. So then, many times we say, I am the body. So you have to tell me whether this is my body. The moment you say this is my body, you are separate from the body. Then you say, I am the body. Then you are the body. So body and I are two or one. That's why our confusion is coming. I am the body, confusion is coming. Is body two or one? Body and the Atma two or one? It's anirvachaniyam. You can't say. If you say two, then body cannot exist without Atma. Have a body without Atma. It's not possible. Body cannot exist. If you say one, the body has a different characteristic compared to Atma. What are they? Body is Jada. Atma is Chaitanya.
Correct. Correct.
That's why sometimes you say, I am the body. Sometimes you say, I have the body. If you say, I have the body, this is my body, that means I am separate from the body. You are saying two.
Correct.
When you say, I am the body and Atma are one. Which of this is true? Dvaitam can be experienced, but cannot be explained. But Dvaitam is mithya, unreal. So only reality is Advaitam. Advaitam is the substratum. Advaitam is real, empirically, or Vyavarika Satya. Oh, sorry. Dvaitam is there in Vyavara, transaction. Empirical reality. Advaitam is the transcendental reality, absolute reality. Advaitam is Satyam, substratum. Dvaitam is Mithyam, unreal. Dvaitam is Adhyasa, error. So now, tell me which one is real? Problem here in duality, Mithya, you can see the difference, but there is no difference. Both are possible. What? Mud and potter, there is a difference. But mud and potter are one also. So you'll never be able to explain Dvaitam because it's Mithya. The moment you explain Dvaitam, you'll be in a mistake. You're doing mistake. I am the body, I have a body. Which is true? Both are opposite. Now the questions. Tell me, is Brahman Advaitam? Is Brahman Advaitam? Brahman, we cannot say Dvaitam or Advaitam. So Brahman, we cannot say Dvaitam or Advaitam. In Vyavahara, Dvaitam, Advaitam, we cannot explain. Anirvachaniyam. Duality, you cannot explain. You can experience. The moment you explain, you are confused. So then what to do? In duality, experience is real. Experience the world. It's appearing. Okay. But do not hold on to that any experience. The moment you hold on to any experience, you are hurt. Duality or mithya appears and disappears. But if you hold on to what appears and disappears, there's a tremendous suffering. Your suffering in life is not because of Dvaita, not because of mithya, but we are holding on to mithya. Do not hold on to mithya. Do not hold on to unreality. Clinging to unreality causes the problem. Appearance of Dvaita is not a problem. Experience the world, but do not hold on to anything in the world. That will cause you suffering. We are like a person who has fallen into a well. So in the night, he was going, there's darkness, he fell into a well. When he fell into a well, he held on to a creeper. Then suddenly he feels that honey is dripping into his mouth. Very sweet honey. He is so happy. I survived. I have got to hold on to head on to a creeper. And thank God, I'm getting honey into my mouth also. But what he doesn't understand, there is a honeycomb there. If one bee comes and bites, he'll fall. And what you're holding on is a snake, not a rope, not a creeper. And below him, there's a dark well in which there are many crocodiles are there. Any little bit small thing, you'll fall. But he's very happy holding on. That's exactly what we do. We are trying to hold on to things in life. Hold on to family, hold on to friends, hold on to relationship. I'm not saying you have to give up them. Mentally, you are clinging. Not physical holding on. Friends, relatives, money, power, position, anything you hold on that causes you hurt. Because everything in life is unstable. Nothing is permanent. Your body, your mind, your intellect, the world, everything is constantly changing. Change is the only constant in the life. Then what to do? Can I run away from the world? Do not run away. Be in the world. Experience the world as it comes. But do not get attached or hold on to any experience. Expect peace and happiness from the world. Seek the peace and happiness in your own nature, Atma, Turiyatma. Mithya means things will appear and disappear. Temporary. Do not hold on to anything temporary. So, understand your nature is peace and love. I don't need peace and love from the world. Holding on to anything in the world causes hurt. World itself is not a problem. Mithya itself is not a problem. Mithya has utility. But holding on to something is causing a problem. Become free. Be in the world, but let the world not be in you. It's like saying boat is there. Boat is required to be in the river. But river should not be in the boat. If the river is in the boat, it will sink. Similarly, we should be in the world. We can experience the world, which is temporary and mithya. But the world should not get into us in terms of emotional disturbance and stuff, suffering. That will happen when you hold on to something in the world. Whatever you hold on, it will slip. Nothing you can hold on in the world. Any questions? So what we said, the waking state, dream state is Dvaitam, duality. Waking state, dream state is temporary, mithya. Waking state, dream state, there are differences. Objects, there's a difference between the Atma and Anatma, subject, one object to another object. But the Dvaitam can be experienced. But the moment you try to explain Dvaitam, you cannot do duality. Any questions? Anybody? Can it be unmuted, please? Yes, Ananthan.
Understood, but practically following the situations which transpires is very difficult.
So,
holding on to what? Holding on to life, holding on to family, holding on to friends. If that is not there, then why we should leave?
No. You can see, holding on doesn't mean when it is available, experience it. That experience will not last long. It will disappear. That's how it means. Right. So now you say, oh, I want that experience, then you'll be hurt. So you said, as long as the experience is there, be there.
So similarly, even for the good or bad experience, it is the same. Whether it is
Everything.
Good or bad.
Nothing lost. Nothing is permanent. So actually, when the experience is happening, we cannot run away from the experience now.
Right.
It's impossible to run away from the experience. Any experience in life. Experience what comes to you, but understand that every experience is temporary, good or bad, is temporary. It will disappear.
But what if some kind of an experience which keeps coming again and again? So then when will it last? It will not last, no.
It will not last.
No, but there's no end to that. Say, for example, today I face something, tomorrow I face something, day after tomorrow I'm facing something. All are of similar kind.
Similar kind, but they are not same.
Agreed. It will vary in degree, but the situation or the experiences will remain the same.
Between today and tomorrow, experience appeared, and there's a gap in experience, again it appeared. It's like the experience is temporary.
Understood, but how long this to be experienced? See, I'm not saying whether it is good or bad. Anything which comes, it keeps coming. As long as you're there, it keeps coming.
It keeps coming. How long? You're speaking of a time, which is mithya. And the experience keep coming due to prarabdha karma. How much prarabdha karma is there? We cannot find out.
Okay. So in short,
Right.
whatever it comes, you need to feel that experience or without running away from it.
You cannot run away.
Hmm.
There's no way you can run away from experience now. At this moment, what is there is there.
Right.
See, the problem is not in experience in life. We can, everything what happens to us, we have to experience it.
Correct. No choice.
There's no choice.
Correct.
But only thing you have to understand is whether good experience or bad experience, it will not lost. It will go, disappear. Maybe it may appear again, but it's temporary.
Okay.
So the problem comes when the good experience came and went. We'll want that again and again. We crave for that. I want that again. That craving is suffering. Similarly, bad experience there. We remember it again and again. I don't want that. I don't want that. That's suffering.
But this is duality, right? See,
Yes.
whatever
The duality.
good, whatever is good, again and again it's coming. Whatever bad also again is coming and coming. So that's a dual experience, correct?
The dual experience, experientially real, but factually unreal. That's the meaning of mithya. And in reality, the moment you try to understand dual experience, you'll fail. You cannot separate out.
Okay.
You cannot separate out the experiencer from the experience. You cannot separate out glass from porcelain, mud from glass.
Yeah, understood. But
No, what you have to derive here, everything is temporary.
okay.
When it comes, accept it and experience it. Then do not cling on to it. That's all you can say. The clinging causes tremendous pain. That's all.
Clinging can be of the past or the memory, or it can be anything. Oh, this happened that day, this way, like this, and some kind of that.
That is the cause of suffering.
Okay.
So, anybody else, any questions? Shravan, Vasuki. So, if there are no questions, let us close for the day. Asatoma, Sadgamaya, Tamasoma, Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma, Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Purnamadaha, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudachyate, Purnasya, Purnamadaya, Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. Nanu. Nanembudu. Nanalla. Ideha. Manabuddhi. Nanalla. Sachidanandatma. Shivanamnani. Shivoham. 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 Atmadarshanam. Brahmadarshanam. Brahmadarshanam. Satyadarshanam. Antarjyotihi. Bahirjyotihi. Pratyak Jyotihi. Parakpara. Jyotirev Jyotihi. Swayam Jyotihi. Atma Jyotihi. Shivosmiham. Lokaha Samastaha. Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokaha Samastaha. Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokaha Samastaha. Sukhino Bhavantu. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Rub both our hands. Give on to the eyes. Open your eyes. Light of Self Foundation has a website and YouTube channel. Our children program is called iLead. You can subscribe to these websites or you can forward to your friends if they are interested. With that, we'll conclude this session. In 10 minutes, we'll start the Kannada. Those who are interested in Kannada can continue.